Dear friends, today we are going to see some important aspects of the online classes. We are still in the lockdown period, and perhaps we are still uncertain about the reopening of all schools and when the schools will become to normalcy. We are still uncertain, and we hope that sooner the schools will be reopened. But what is happening today, this lockdown period, is that our teachers are engaged, our schools are engaged in imparting education through online classes, and many of our teachers are really moved out from the classroom teaching to online classes, etc. So the question naturally arises in anybody's mind is that will there ever be a world without a traditional classroom teaching? Will the online classes replace the traditional classroom teaching forever? This is the question we ask. But we must acknowledge that online classes are the greatest revolution in contemporary education that happened. So there is no doubt about that. So we are going to look at some of the advantages and disadvantages of these online classes today. Learning is often considered for two purposes. One is of job oriented. We have to get some job, we have to work for livelihood, therefore we have to prepare our profession. Therefore, that is one of the aims of education. The second one is to earn more knowledge. So these two things are simultaneously going on in education. So online environment is changing continuously. We have seen that changes in our own country. Last 20 years, if you look at, there is a tremendous transformation which we can notice in terms of education in our country. So nowadays online education turns out to be more and more practiced even in the rural belt, in our rural schools. And many traditional universities have either slowly moved towards online, or some places offered free online classes, etc. Distance education, remote classes, online education, etc., we call it. Online education represents as easy as a comfortable method to achieve knowledge in almost every field. There is not a limited premise for education. Every field online has reached out. Now, the advantages of online classes, first one is that it allows the students self-paced learning. Students are free. According, there is no compulsory, there is no you can, according to your pace, you can study online classes. Students can take courses from their own devices anytime and anywhere. You need not have the sophisticated gadgets, etc., because online classes is same for everybody, so it is available anytime. So those who do not have time for traditional classes, etc., they can use these online classes and enhance their knowledge. Another important aspect of the online classes, online classes are very, very modern. When we talk about it, it's very modern. Why modern? Because we know how people are changing from, for example, earlier people used to watch television, listen to radio first, and then television, then move to color television, and then move to what you call desktop and laptop, and today all the news even are available on the gadgets like mobile, etc., through internet. Therefore there is a huge transformation, a change. So that is, therefore it's modern, it's very modern, and people like to go for modern way of learning. Another important aspect is online classes are very cheaper. I think it is very, very cheaper than the regular classes, etc. You can users, no, our students can use and learn with any device that is available to them. There is no need to rent a building or having a kind of payment of expensive utility bills, etc. You take a mobile set or your gadgets or whatever it is, either laptop or your Android mobile set, and sit anywhere. There is no need for space. There is no need for payment of a building, etc. And you need not also travel. People going to colleges and schools, they have to travel for hours maybe by bus and waiting for the bus, or traveling for a long time, etc., and getting tired, coming back, and then you are tired physically. All those things are absolutely removed by online classes. You can save that money as well. So a lot of money saving is there. That's why it is cheaper. And another advantages of online class is that it takes less time. Not only does eliminating the need to commute save money, but it also saves everyone's time. Moreover, a teacher or a trainer does not need to prepare same thing in many classes. There are no need to repeat. Once you prepare, it is available. So any sections, any school, anywhere they can take. So these are all positive things about the online classes. It also, students have, it makes students self-discipline, another important. Because there is deadlines and students have to perform, it is their duty. And therefore, online classes make the students self-disciplined, more responsible and more committed. Otherwise, they will lose the job. With an internet connection, a person can attend different courses. I think this is a great thing, because earlier people used to go for classes and sit there and study that particular subject and spend 2 years, 3 years, 4 years and so on for a PhD, etc. Today you can have multiple courses at a time. You can do one course on this and one course on that. You can register with many universities. You can register with many courses. I think online class given us that tremendous openness is open to us. And there are also some disadvantages of online. The question we asked is online classes going to replace completely the classroom teaching? I think it is not. It is not, because it has certain disadvantages. Number one is only in a classroom, in a small group, children can have more interaction, more emotional, affective growth, etc. can take place. Students learn how to make friends, be patient, get rid of the disappointment, and especially to compete in the classroom, positively, healthy competition among the students. When they are in the classroom, they will find their friends are doing well, or so I am also encouraged to do well, etc., etc. Competition between the colleagues or among the colleagues is also happening. Colleagues means the staff. Suppose some teachers are doing some creative ways, others can observe and learn. This is way. Another, so that is the classroom teaching. Now that is not possible in online classes. Another disadvantage is online learning can be very, very difficult unless you concentrate, long time looking at the computer, etc. You may have physical strain, eye strain, headache, and you may get bored in the class, etc. If suppose the student is not interested in studying at that particular time and class is going on, and I think it will backfire. So therefore, that is one big disadvantage. In the classroom, it's a different situation. Online classes are, in fact, when I look at this, what I see is it's like a monologue, and it's not a dialogue at all in the classroom. So therefore, what happens? The students are just only listeners. One-word traffic it is. When there is an interaction, teacher-student in the classroom, there are a lot of, you see the change of tone, the teacher's attention, and students who are sitting next to each other, the eagerness, etc., etc., help the student. Another thing is, it needs more reading and assignment for an online class than the classroom teaching. Classroom, you get to the teacher, the emotionally you are getting also. Here it is not like that. You need to have more assignments than traditional classroom teaching. Another important aspect is, which is negatively I am saying, is it presupposes students are all self-disciplined, because there is nobody to mentor, nobody to guide. It is self-discipline of the student. That is a criterion for online classes, the success of online classes. I saw the other day one cartoon, a student is lying down on the cot and enjoying the TV, mobile set like this, and he is enjoying the online class. A teacher is sitting and seriously studying, writing and working. That shows how lightly the children will take if he is not a self-disciplined child. It also, not only the self-discipline, it's also self-direction. I want to achieve something. It has to be my own self-guidance. Nobody else to mentor you, look after you, to guide you, to direct you. So therefore, our students, are they all grown up that way? Are they all mature? I don't know. Another thing is, there can be a lot of cheating takes place in online classes. Cheating can be taken place. Students can easily cheat the teachers, because they can, what they are doing in the classroom, teachers cannot see. Only they can see their face. What they are doing, where the answer come from, we don't know. So cheating can take place, and a lot of isolation takes place. I think this is more dangerous. We are talking about in the lockdown period, physical distancing and social distancing, etc. But this is the online classes give them that distancing already. That affects, because this will be completely impersonal, not interpersonal. I think learning must be interpersonal, not impersonal. And they don't feel the effectiveness of the classes. I think that affects their emotional growth. Their psychological, emotional growth will be affected through online classes, because it is very, very impersonal. Finally, I think there is a very famous saying, James Bates, a famous educationist, he says, the most profound words will remain unread unless you can keep the learner engaged in different ways. So that happens only in the classroom. If online fails to engage the children, then education will be affected. So therefore he says, the most profound words will remain unread unless you can keep the learner engaged. You can't see their eyes to know if they got it. So say it, show it, write it, demo it, and link it to an activity. That happens only in the classroom, unless a teacher is so creative, a teacher is so innovative. Online class will not cater to that need, said by James Bates. I believe that the advantages and disadvantages we must look into, and complete replacement of either one is not possible. Classroom teaching or online classroom or online teaching, both are not possible for me. I say there should be a proper blend. Has to be the online class must be a substitute. It must not be a substitute, but a complementary to the classroom teaching. Both classroom teaching and online classes are important for us, and both together, that blend happens. I am sure that our students will become better students, and the future of India will become much more better and stronger. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. That is all.